In this video, we will be multiplying unit fractions by an integer. Here, I have a fraction multiplied by a whole number. And at the bottom, you will see I have some shapes to represent my fractions. I have 1/8 times 4. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4 representations at the bottom. So I have 1/8 and 1/8 and 1/8 and 1/8. 4 lots of 1/8. So I'm going to show you how to multiply this fraction by the whole number 4 using the images at the bottom to help us. So if we go ahead and we count the 1, 2, 3, 4 coloured sections of each representation, you will see that we have 4. And if we just check, 1 multiplied by 4 is 4. Now if we have a look at the denominator here, and if we count one whole representation at the bottom, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have a denominator of 8. So the answer to 1/8 multiplied by 4 is 4/8. Now I know that this fraction can be simplified further. If we were to divide 4 and 8 by 4, because that is the largest number, both can be equally divided into. 4 divided by 4 is 1, and 8 divided by 4 is 2. Half. I know 4/8 is equivalent to half, because 4 is half of 8 and 1 is half of 2. Another example. I have some representations at the bottom. Let's go ahead and count how many sections there are on each representation. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I can tell that each of the representations are made up of 10 equal parts because they each are the same size. So I'm going to put in my denominator of 10 because my denominator tells me how many parts the whole is split up into. Now if I have a look at the 1 shaded section, I know 1/10 of one representation is shaded, and I have 2 of them. 1/10 times 2 equals 2 parts of 10. And if I go ahead and simplify 2/10, I know that the largest number they can both be divided by is 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1, and 10 divided by 2 is 5. So 1/10 multiplied by 2 equals 2/10, which is simplified to 1/5. If we now look at an example without the representations to help, we will focus on just the method. Now there are many methods on how to multiply fractions with whole numbers, but I think the method I'm going to show you is the simplest. So the first thing you have to do is have a look at the fraction and the whole number. So we have half multiplied by 4. Now I'm going to rewrite my whole number as a fraction, and I'm going to write 1 as the denominator. When you have expressed your whole number as a fraction, you must multiply the numerators together. 1 times 4 is 4, and 2 times 1 is 2. When you have multiplied the denominators and you have got an answer, you must look to see if it can be reduced or simplified, and it can. Now this fraction is an improper fraction, and I can divide 4 by 2, and I know there are 2 2's in 4, so 4 halves is the same as 2 wholes. And another one. I'm going to go ahead and express my whole number as a fraction. I'm going to multiply the numerators together. 1 times 7 is 7, and 10 times 1 is 10. Now I'm going to check to see if it can be simplified, and it can't. So the answer is 7/10. And another example. 3/4 times 5. 3 times 5 is 15, and 4 times 1 is 4. Now this improper fraction can be simplified, and I'm going to turn it into a mixed number fraction. I'm going to do 15 divided by 4. 4's into 15. 4, 8, 12. And the difference between 12 and 15 is 3. 3 3/4. 5/8 times 4. 5 times 4 is 20, and 8 times 1 is 8. Let's convert this improper fraction into a mixed number. How many 8's in 20? 8, 16, 2. 16 and 20, the difference is 4. 2 wholes and 4/8. Now I'm going to rewrite this down here because that fraction can be simplified further. If I was to divide 4 and 8 by the largest number they can both be exactly divided into, that would be 4. 4 divided by 4 is 1, and 8 divided by 4 is 2. 2.5. Okay, another example. 1/4 times 9. 1 times 9 is 9, and 4 times 1 is 4. How many 4's in 9? 2, with 1 remaining. 2 wholes and 1/4. Okay, that was nice and easy, nice and quick. Over to you. I want you to have a look at these 3 questions, some like we've just practiced. Have a go and see if you can answer some of these questions. Come back when you've finished and we'll go through the answers. Okay, write the calculation that matches the image. Now we have practiced one very similar to this. So the first thing you do is you go ahead and find out what the denominator is. How many parts is the whole split up into? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have a denominator of 8. And I can see that 1 part of 8 is coloured in. And there are 2 of them. 1/8 times 2 equals 1/2. And if we have a look to see if this fraction can be simplified, and we know it can because we have this extra box for a simplified fraction, divide them both by 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1, and 8 divided by 2 is 4. So 1/8 times 2 equals 2/8, which is simplified to 1/4. Now if we have a look here, we have some representations at the bottom. 1/4 times 6. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 shapes, and I'm going to go ahead and shade in 1/4 of each. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 quarters. And I'm going to convert this into a mixed number fraction. How many 4s are there in 6? Well, there is 1, 4, 5, 6, with a remainder of 2 quarters. Now I know this can be simplified further. 1 whole, and if I have a look at 2 and 4, I can divide both of them exactly by 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1, and 4 divided by 2 is 2. 1.5. Then finally, Kenneth is having a pizza party. Each person at the party will eat 3/8 of a pizza. If 6 people attend the party, how many pizzas does Kenneth need? So let's have a look. We have got 3/8 times 6. And I'm going to express my whole number as a fraction. And I'm going to multiply the numerators together. 3 times 6, 6, 12, 18. And now multiply the denominators. 8 times 1 is 8. And now convert this improper fraction to a mixed number. 8 into 18. 8, 16, 2. And the difference between 16 and 18 is 2. And a denominator of 8. Now again, 2 and 8 can be simplified further by dividing both by 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1, and 8 divided by 2 is 4. 2 1/4. Now let's reread the question and double check that we've answered it. Kenneth is having a birthday party. Each person at the party will eat 3/8 of a pizza. If 6 people attend the party, how many pizzas does Kenneth need? Well, he needs 2 whole pizzas and 1/4. But he can't buy 2 whole pizzas and 1/4 of a pizza, so he'll have to buy 3 pizzas to make sure that there is enough for everybody. So the actual answer is 3 pizzas. Well done. Why not continue practicing multiplying fractions by whole numbers?